What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we're going to take a look at Iron Patriot from Avengers Endgame, and you can order this figure at bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. Now, I said it before. I wanted to complete the entire Endgame line. It's kind of like an end of an era for me. Although some are more, eventually I want to get them all, but some are more priorities than others. So he is one of those in the back burner, but he came in, saw the reviews, and I really like what I saw. Got him for a decent deal. So there you go, we got him here. Now I still have Bro Thor. He's still in stock at Big Bad, and Professor Hulk, which is, again, they're in the pipeline. I'm just, gathering some funds and seeing what is available and what's not. But boy, this guy is a massive beast. It's beautiful. You see all these accessories right here. This is made out of die cast, so you have the second tray at the bottom. You got that big base right there. Some big guns. Everything is big about this Iron Patriot. Outside of him, I was expecting him to be a little bit more taller because he is beefy. That is for sure. You can see some, armor plates on his shoulders. He looks like a football player and all that stuff. So initially I was just like, man, this is going to be a massive, Iron Man piece. But he's pretty much the same height as 85. So I'll show that to you later. As far as hands, he does not come with, a whole lot. I believe he comes with his open palm hands, fisted hands, and articulated finger hands, and that's all you need. That is basic, because with the articulated fingers you basically have all the freedom that you can ask for. And now he got this guns or missiles that you can attach to his forearm if you wish to do so. You got like two versions of his forearm. One is just a closed out and one is fully loaded. As you can see here, I obviously went for the fully loaded. He's not gonna be in my Hall of Armor. I only have 4. If you watch my streams, you can see them in the back, all the time. But I only have 4 Hall of Armor so far. Would I expand that in the future? I would love to. I would love to have the original 7 in there, but he won't be there. So I could load him up with all these missiles, these pods and guns and all that stuff. So this goes in his back, this piece right here, or on his forearm as well. So it is up to you. My model for this kind of figures is that they do come with a lot of accessories, but at the same time they're a part of the figure. It's not like a standalone accessory. It's kind of like with Marty McFly. You got the camera and all that stuff. I would love to insert as many accessories in the figure as I could. So that would go in the back, and this Gatling gun right here, or whatever you want to call this is phenomenal. It has some movement in it, very minute though, but they do exist. Nicely painted, as you can see there. It has this metallic blue slash, it's really shiny. It's nice. And then you got the Don Cheadle head sculpt, which we would tackle a little bit more later, as in our head sculpt. And then you go back out here, and you can see that this Avengers stand, and it comes with this metallic pole. Not a flight stand. I don't think you want this flying. He's too big, but stand is pretty cool. Now let's look at the paint application and the overall details of the body of the figure. It's an Iron Man figure, basically. So you're gonna get the best of the best when it comes to Hot Toys. You see some weathering on it, and I love the weathering aspect of any Iron Man. It doesn't if you scratch it, if you're new to collecting, then it would blend in. You got this little dirt speckled all around the figure. So if you receive this or any other Iron Man, don't be alarmed. Do not call your local retailer or whoever you bought it from. It is a part of that. Now you can see the lights. The lights are, the body lights, not a big fan of. You put it on the back. The one on the forearm, very easy to navigate. Hot Toys have come a really long way in terms of inputting those strategically, those switches on the figure. Back then, you gotta pry out. It's almost scary to turn them on, because what they do have is little tabs on each individual sections, and you kind of just don't want to turn them on. But here, it's pretty easy to navigate. outside of the back part, which the back part is not bad if you don't have the Gatling gun on the back. So, but if you do, you gotta take that off first. Then you gotta take off this piece right here. You can see with the hexagon and all that stuff. Is that what you call that? But yeah, on that danger, that's cylinder kind of cover. You take that off and you put in those two pods on his side, and you can see some belt ammo on his back. So maybe that's what feeds his gun, with the bullets on it. Pretty nice details in here. Obviously, it is a Iron Man die cast. So whenever you have him in hand, you would feel the weight. You would feel that you do have a premium figure in hand. From the design, the weight of it, it's you get your money's worth, so to speak. Depending on how much you value this character or figure, it is a bit pricey. So at around almost $500, if you factor in shipping, with Big Bad shipping is $4, but tax, I'm in Illinois, so you're closing into around $480, $470 shipped. So I understand if you pass on this because it is a bit pricey. However, boy, does it look good. It does look good. And you see those panelings on his foot. They all move, so you move the foot, they all do move, and you can see just the beautiful paint application and details. It's not too bright, kind of like the old Patriot, so it's not so much in your face, and you can see you can take out the chest piece right here. I just wish they always put in, back in the day, they would put in like a battle damage chest piece just to mix it up. I know it's not accurate to the movie, but hey, whatever, man. There you go. Now let's take a look at the head sculpt again. The battle damage, the scratches is all throughout this figure. You can even see it on his faceplate cover, which is on the top of his head right there. You can see there's a little indentation that you could kind of pry out. This is just magnetic, and it lights up his head, which is very convenient compared to, the, again, older Iron Mans where there's a tab and you kind of push it up. This is magnet, beautiful. I feel like everything should be magnetized on these guys, with the price that they're asking for. So you don't risk the, breaking the tabs and all that stuff. So you just take this off. This is how easy it is, to turn it on and off. I would leave the batteries now because, like I said, how convenient this is. You just put it back on, and there you go. Now I'm going to turn off the lights so you can kind of see this orangey look on his eyes, which I think it's pretty cool. You turn off the lights. If you're into photography, there you go, and then put the lights on his back. You can create a nice outline. Now, obviously, the head sculpt. This is not a perfect representation. This is like Don Cheadle from Infinity War. I didn't even line it up correctly. I just, but you can see him there, right? You can see Don Cheadle in there. I believe this is the same head sculpt that we've been receiving, although Don Cheadle didn't really had a head sculpt up until now. All we have is like half a face, it's inside the helmet, and that's all we got, which is, I'm not complaining. However, I'm not a big fan of that dead look in his eyes, but it could be worse. But you can certainly use this. You can kit bash your own roadie if you want to. It is nice. It is nice. You see the grays on the side of his hair right there. You can see he got older, which everyone in Avengers did. And you can see here, it's unfortunate you can't see the entirety of it, but he could fit in different War Machines. I only have one so far, but you see this looks great, in my opinion at least. It looks great. Not dated at all. I think the paint application, you see the grays in his hair, that is crazy. When you have it in hand, you don't appreciate it so much, but having this, with the benefit of the camera, it does look fantastic. You can see, and you got the neck piece as well that you can put, so it doesn't appear that he has his neck is too long. Articulation, besides the head, because it is kind of cramped up in there, as you can see. This big ass shoulder pads, you can move him around if you wish to do so. I would say get him out of the way first before you can pull him up, and then you can kind of turn it, but the bicep armor is going in the way there, so you could turn it out that way. Obviously, these pieces do move, in the front section, I guess, if you want to turn him over, but he's such a beefy figure that I don't think you're gonna do a whole lot there. You be careful with that as well. On the foot, there's some pieces that would touch, each individual pieces, so you got to be careful. You don't want to damage the paint, even though it probably won't matter that much since the entire figure is scratched up and you see that there's an ab extension. But yeah, still got to be careful. Like I said, the bicep area out there kind of would hinder any movements, but there's some side to side. Everything that you want or needed for an Iron Man, this could pretty much do. So, I'm not worried about that whatsoever. So, but yeah, there you go. That's just refer to your instruction manual if you have any doubts. And we'll go to the poses. And you can see here, he's right next to my Tony Stank. Sideshow, where my head sculpt at? It's been almost a year since I filled out that form. Just saying. But yeah, so we got Tony Stank here with both unmasked. I know this didn't really happen, but here you go. And with Rescue as well. So this trio right here from Endgame, such iconic. If you're gonna complete a line, I would say do Endgame, because A, they're cheaper now, and B, they're still pretty much all available. So this is a perfect timing to do that. And Endgame is technically the conclusion of that Marvel saga, whatever phase that is. So, and we'll put him in a few poses here, and then we'll wrap this thing up. This is, I believe this is Vormir, I think. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, I just put him there. I thought it was a pretty cool background. And if you remember, it started snowing there when Hawkeye was there. He's probably there to save them, but it was too late. But I think it's still pretty cool. You can put him in different poses. You see that the cannons in his arm. This is kind of where I got his arms fully loaded. This is where I start dialing it in. I didn't include the Gatling gun on his back, so I did put the 2 pods. In the pods, you can open it up. You can see on the left hand side, if you're watching this, that is the open position. In the right hand, it is closed. I did that intentionally, and you can see here he's all lit up and ready to fight, basically. And the back part, that is where the 2 guns, I put him on his back. You can swap it. You can put the the pods, the missile pods, on his back as well, but you can't put the guns on top of him. So, but this is how I'm gonna display him for the most part, outside of Rocket. Fully loaded here and ready to fight, man. Ready to fight. So Rocket there's a big gap on his shoulders that you can rest Rocket there at ease, that you won't feel afraid that he's gonna fall off. There's a lot of space in there that you can prop Rocket in, and even securely. And look at this, he's going back and forth there, and as you can see, I'm rotating this figure, and no fear whatsoever that he is gonna fall off. Now, I understand he didn't have a lot of screen time, Iron Patriot, in the movie, but with that being said, I would rather pick this one up than the gray one. I forgot what the name is. Mark 3, Mark 4, whatever the mark that is. So my plan is to have keeping this Iron Patriot, the one from Infinity War, and the Mark 1 Iron Patriot. War Machine. So that would be it. So as far as the conclusion of this review, is this a must-have? I wouldn't say so, but is it cool? Absolutely. Is it $500 cool? Is the question. Hey, if you love Endgame and you have $500 to burn, why not? Right? Why not? It's a great looking figure. Is it that important? Probably no. No, the answer would be no. But with that being said, it is pretty cool. It's beautiful. It definitely is an eye catcher. He's bulky, he's big. If you're into robots and robotic things like that, Iron Man, this would be a perfect companion. With that being said, if you have any more, priorities and you have things to spend that $500 on, do that first. I think this is going to stick around for a little bit longer. You might get a free shipping, all that stuff, or, 10% off down the line. As you know, Endgame is kind of not hot right now. So if you stick around, if you're just patient, I highly doubt this would sell out, right away. It might sit for years. So, but that's just my take on it. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, you do me a favor and give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel out. As you know, that whole YouTube algorithm and all that stuff. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. You know, 'cause there's 90% of you who watches this and not even subscribe. And also, if you like Chicago Bulls, go check out my other channel, or basketball in general, but mostly Chicago Bulls. Subscribe to my, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, and I will see you guys in the next video.